And we are back. Welcome.
Riverside.
Good morning, Riverside. And we are here with Stevie D's proprietors. And
I thought it was the owners.
well, yes. Well, they know the owners too. So, Steve and Diane.
Hello.
So, welcome.
How are you doing?
Not to be confused with Jack and Diane.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
a whole
You
different
know, you
song.
just stole all my thunder there.
That's it. All the jokes.
So I'll put this there, everyone can laugh at that. But anyway, Steve and Diane, so you guys run Stevie D's. Tell us a little bit about what Stevie D's is.
Well, we're a bar and grill, which we have a lot of the sports on. We have 16 TVs. We have 26 beers on taps, with half of those being rotating craft beers.
Yep.
We have a lot of IPAs, a lot of stouts, porters, pilsners, lagers, and about 12 of our taps are always rotating, so you never know what you're going to find when you come in. And we have some mainstays that are like Captain's Daughter and Main Lunch that are always on. We also have live entertainment on the weekends. We have, coming up, we have Carol and Ray, and the room is on Friday. And we have Kate and the Mongrels on Saturday.
Very cool.
We also do a music jam every other Sunday.
Okay, and what's that? That's basically bringing musicians from around?
Yeah, anyone can come in, sign up, and they can go up and play with the house band.
Awesome.
Which is Secondhand Smoke.
Very cool.
And then on the alternating Sundays, I have bands playing. So we only do that twice a month. the jam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what time is that?
That's from 4 to 7.
Very cool.
And on Tuesdays, we do trivia, which has, been a lot of fun lately.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of teams coming in and competing
Yeah.
for prizes. And on Wednesdays, we do music bingo. And Thursday nights, we do an open mic / karaoke. So if you don't play an instrument, you can still come in and sing.
Tony and I went this past Thursday, but there was an NFL draft going on.
Yeah.
And we were just as excited because I was hoping that the Chargers were going to get that linebacker I've
guy.
been worried about. I'm like, come on, you got to be kidding the draft. I walked in, all the TVs are on the draft. I'm like,
He
Tony,
messages me.
I sent him a message. I said, you're not doing karaoke tonight.
Like I said, we're a big
Yeah.
sports bar.
Oh, I get it.
We've won.
I heard people cheering with the different people getting drafted. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
a guy got drafted.
But we've won Best Sports Bar, for some reason, every even year.
Yep.
So it's not going to be our year this year.
Yeah.
You never know.
Next year, yeah.
Change, yeah.
So since 2018, every even year, we've won the Best Sports Bar in Rhode Island.
That's awesome.
So we're really big on sports.
And what's that? Who holds that best sports bar and stuff? What is that?
Choice.
That was the Reader's Choice.
Okay, yeah, Reader's Choice.
Yeah, I know there's a few.
Yeah.
Best Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Reader's
Yeah,
Choice.
but that was through Reader's Choice, yeah, the Pro Joe, now it's just called Reader's Choice.
Very cool.
Well, Good Morning Riverside will probably give you best sports bar.
Oh, okay.
We'd appreciate
I hope so.
We ever do the Rivies.
Yes.
It's a good idea.
And what got you into this world of restauranting?
So I started off at like 12, 13 years old, which you can't do that today.
Oh, yeah.
But my family are the Amarillos from Warren.
Okay.
So I started actually with the Ragos, who owned the Amarillos Fish and Chips. Before it was the Amarillos, it was called Ragos Fish and Chips.
Yeah.
So that's who I started off working with in the restaurant business. And I knew right from the beginning that it was a passion of mine. And I worked for Manny Rigo for a couple of years, and then he sold the place to my cousin. And I continued there for a while. And then I kind of went into the corporate with Friendlies. And then for a while I went away from it because I did civil engineering for about 30 years. But I always had that in the back of my mind. And in 2009, me and my brother Eric opened up Brothers Seafood in Seahawk. And when 2014 came around, I wanted to expand, I wanted to grow. But my brother was very happy just doing a little seafood place. And so me and Diane together, we decided to venture out on our own, and we created Stevie D's as we know it today.
Yes.
And we started in Cumberland first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had 3 years in Cumberland, and then we actually sold that to Skett's.
Yep.
And
We'll be coming on next week.
yes.
Yep.
So we're all tied in
Yes.
somehow.
Yep.
All family.
Yep.
Now with and growing up, where'd you grow up? Where'd you guys grow
I was
up?
from Warren.
And you grew up in Warren also?
No,
too?
I grew up in Bristol.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually lived in Bristol for 40 years, and I've been in Riverside now for 16
Yeah.
years.
I
So,
moved to Riverside first.
Yeah. Oh,
I moved
okay.
to Riverside in 2007.
And he saw how cool it was.
yes,
Yes.
And
absolutely.
he followed me.
And then ended up with a bar.
Yes, yeah.
Now, because before that bar, that was the Lincoln.
Yes.
Because I can remember going there for years, and it being the at one point it was a men's only bar
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yes. Yeah.
And then it was a regular bar open. It was very well known doing a lot of the raffles and things like that for a while. And what year did you guys actually take that over?
In 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We officially opened up in September. We bought the place in August, and we did a quick turnaround
Yep.
and opened up.
I was there when Pat Lowell played at a couple of your soft openings. I got to play with him at one of them.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah.
playing at and the place was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed solid at one of, and Pat and I were playing Beatles tunes and stuff. But yeah, Pat said, "Hey, I'm Jim. They want to come in." I was like, "Most definitely."
Yeah.
No.
And Pat still plays at our
Yes,
place.
yeah, most definitely, yes.
So it's it's been 11 years.
Yep.
And it's still going strong, which is good with the bands that we've had.
Yep.
You know, we still have a lot of bands that we had from the beginning who still come in.
Yep.
And there's a lot of bands that actually, just this weekend we had Wicked Road, who reminded everybody that it was the first place they played at during
wow.
COVID.
Yes, yes.
With all
Oh, I played
plexiglass.
there. I played there during COVID with the plexiglass.
Well, I have to say, a lot of times, I like the fact that you go out of the box with bands as well. I mean, we obviously have a huge local band area, but you get a lot of diverse bands, like different type of music and
Yeah.
different bands that, like aren't usually in this area, which is cool.
Yeah, I like to do that. I mean, we have so much talent around here and so many great bands. And, it's just, they play a lot around here. So it's kind of hard to constantly think that people are going to come out
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
them all the time when they're all playing in the same spots all the time.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, I met a guy, Rich Teeter, who came from Bellingham, Mass, I believe. And he connected me with a lot of bands out that way. And sometimes when they first started playing at our place, there were nights we were kind of slow because their following didn't come all the way down.
Yeah.
But a lot of our regulars stopped, hey, this band's really good, they're different, they do different music, and it caught on.
Yep.
So now there's a lot of bands that come from even out of state that now have a following at Stevie D's
Yeah.
because we took that chance of bringing them in.
And one thing I noticed every time when a band's playing there, that they're pretty much in their opening set, you do a live video. Kind
Yes.
of that. So now everyone knows, hey, this is the band who's here tonight.
Yeah.
So even if you don't get to see them that night, you say, oh, I saw a video of them, I know who that band is.
Yeah.
So that's also very helpful.
Yeah, I try to do that at least once, twice during the night.
Yeah.
Sometimes on my personal page,
Yep.
sometimes on
Yeah.
Stevie D's. But yeah,
It works though.
yeah.
Any specialty foods that you actually like to present to your client?
Well, the thing that we always hear is our burgers and wings.
Yes.
That's
The sliders. I just
what
had the
we're known
corned beef
for.
sliders the other
Yeah.
day.
And sliders. I am doing lobster rolls now on Fridays.
Oh, very cool.
And lobster BLTs.
Yes.
Yeah, lobster
Those are big,
BLTs, which are great.
Oh,
Thanks
wow.
to my friend Sandra.
Yeah.
She
She
pushed
did
me into
invent that.
doing
She
it.
did
Yeah,
invent that.
she's the one that told me you got to do lobster BLTs.
That's a
So,
great idea.
Sandra Benedetti, thank you.
Yes.
She's a
That,
great
that
one.
was
She's
a
gonna
real
love people
help.
calling her out.
And once in a while, Diane will make like her shrimp Mozambique, which
I
that's-
haven't made it in a while.
That goes quick.
I think that was a hint.
I'll do it
This
Portuguese
Friday at
too.
Stevie D's, Shrimp Mozambique.
And Diane also makes a lot of our homemade soups.
Oh, good, okay.
When we don't have chowders, she will make like a Portuguese soup or pasta fagioli, minestrone,
Yep.
and those
Well,
are all.
I have to
Chicken
say,
soup.
a lot of people that talk about the bar or like that frequent the bar, that they say all the time, like it's better than just bar food. It's not just bar food. And then they talk a lot about the burgers.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, they're good burgers and the sliders. My wife loves the sliders as well, but they always say the burgers are incredible. It's not just a crappy bar burger. It's a
Right.
good burger.
Yeah, all our meat never frozen. I never. We buy enough fresh meat constantly, and we form the burgers ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, they're
it's
good.
fresh as can be as far as burgers go.
We do eat there a lot, so.
Yeah. If you need your own food,
Well, that's-
make sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's my motto. I don't have anything on my menu that I wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I get people that give me ideas, or a distributor will say, try this out. I try it out. If I don't agree on the quality, or if I don't think my customers are going to like it, I don't bring it in just to make money.
So people bring ideas to you, is that what happens?
Yes.
Oh, goodness,
Some do.
yes,
Yeah.
all day long, yes, ideas, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it is
that's
funny, but,
something-
and I appreciate it,
No,
it's
it
funny,
is.
yeah, I'm extremely new to this world, this is
Yeah.
nothing that I was familiar with, this whole
Well,
thing has been a
I
roller
found
coaster.
out over the years, again, I wasn't an owner until 2009.
Yeah,
And becoming an owner, it is a lot more difficult. You have to have a real thick skin.
yeah.
And I have to say, there were moments where I felt, you know, why am I doing
Defeated.
this?
Oh, I hear you.
Deflated,
I hear you.
defeated.
Well, I have to credit you towards the fact that a lot of people, when you guys opened, you had a lot of that, negative crowd saying, it won't change.
Yeah.
You won't get the riffraff out of there. And yeah, they all ate their words because you did. You know what I mean? And you did change it.
It changed before the grand opening because on one of the nights there was a riffraff problem in there and the bar closed at like 9:15. And me and Pat were playing. I was like, dude, we just played Rocky Raccoon. What's going on? We did. And Steve said, nope, that's it. And we all, and I'll tell you, but it put the word out. It put the word out that
It was a
it ain't going to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I bet, yeah.
It was. It was a struggle for at least 3 years. It was a struggle. I mean, people trying to hit me with their cars, when I went to
Normal
shores,
stuff.
normal Riverside stuff, But
That's where the thick skin comes in handy.
It
You
does,
don't
yeah.
bleed as easy.
Yeah, it does.
He we were told that craft beer won't do anything in Riverside. You guys will go anywhere with craft beer, and
Yeah,
everybody loves the craft
Yeah.
beer.
yeah.
I like it also because
Well, and it brings the people in for that.
Yeah,
That's
right.
another huge thing that people,
Yeah.
you need around here. You need an influx of new people that stop in.
And you get that, but you have a wide range. Like I tell everybody, you walk in there at any given day, and there's 10 or 12 people in their 20s. There's 3 or 4 people in their 70s. You know what I mean? It's a very, but everybody
Yeah,
mingles
very big.
together. Everybody,
Yes.
like it's a very cool crowd.
That is something me and Diane, we actually talked about that in Cumberland, when we first opened up in Cumberland, because the Cumberland bar was strictly a craft beer bar, which some people would say was a very snobby
Snooty.
bar, snooty. And when we first opened up, we totally changed that and made it what I call everybody's bar.
Yep.
And we saw it work, and we were like, it's incredible how every diversity of people can get along and get together in a bar setting and honestly have fun. So when we opened up Riverside was perfect for that, because I was on the other end now. It wasn't a snooty bar, it was a workman's bar.
Yep.
And everyone kept saying, well, you can't bring in those snooty people.
Yep.
And we were like, well, we did it the opposite, so I think we can do it.
Times
this way.
change.
Yeah.
And,
Times
yeah,
do change.
and-
You got to remember that too, and you got to go with the flow as
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things I think we're most proud of, is that no matter who you are coming through that door, as long as you're a good person and you
You're
respect
welcome.
it.
Exactly.
And you get a lot of them. It's
Yeah.
like I said, it's a nice
Yeah.
crowd in there. You always find somebody to talk to, even if not that there's not somebody in there that I would know, but even if, a lot of times I go in there and talk to somebody I've never met before.
And
Yeah,
we've actually
it's a
had a
crowd.
lot of couples meet there and
Yeah.
gotten married. We've
Someday
hosted
they
a
may
couple
come
of
back not
weddings.
so happy. I'm just telling you.
Well, we're there for them, though. We're there for them.
Yeah.
But, we've, a lot of people have become friends in there, and, like,
And it's
We've had-
here's
we've
the
had
thing though too,
events and
and it's a
different
safe bar. It's a
Yes.
safe
Yeah.
bar. That's everyone feel, and I have a friend that went there a couple weeks ago, and she had said that. She said, I was a little nervous going in there. She said, but it's very friendly. It's very
I
safe.
have a lot of women that say that to me. They're like,
It's a
oh,
feel-
kind of
it's a
nervous to
safe
come in
feel. It's-
by myself, and then I'm
I
like, oh,
totally
no.
totally understand what they're saying because I've heard it from different people. I'm like,
Yeah.
boy, that is an actual common concern. Like
It
if they
is,
didn't
yeah.
want to go to a certain bar because I don't want to walk in by myself. I'm like, you only walk in by yourself. As soon as you get in, you see your friends. That's a long walk to my friends. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez,
No,
wow.
I get it, yeah.
And to make it a comfortable walk. And every time I've walked in, whether I even know your staff or whoever, they all say hi to me when I walk in the door. I know almost everyone there, but there's people that new faces that, hey, how are you? How can I help you? So that's the thing. It is very friendly.
Great staff, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you. We do have a great staff.
couldn't do it without
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that's it.
That's something that we're very thankful for.
Yeah.
We've had some that have been with us almost since the beginning.
Yeah.
And, they're great
And they'll let
people.
you step away when you have to.
Yeah.
And no, stepping away, they're treating it like it's their place.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.